Not bad at all. I was working this black spruce little finger. It's all been burned right out here. Great browse, great sign everywhere. And I came around the corner from there and I found the first antler of the day. I don't know, it looks like it's from this year or last year. It's got such nice brown though. It's got some chewings on it. An owl dropped off a pellet here for us. It's got this little kicker on the back. And it's a self-stander. So pretty cool find. I'm very happy about this. What I'm going to do is continue just kind of to meander to the north here. I'm going to get far up to the north, search that area, drop a waypoint here, just leave the antler here. And then at the end of the day, I can really just kind of comb through here. So my plan is to get up towards that black spruce in the background and grid out everything way up on that hillside today. I'm only an hour and a half into it, so I think that's possible. But I got up here and I looked to my right. I'm like, oh, that looks like an antler. Or is it the end of that tree? And it is an antler. Mind you, I'm standing right here. So I go to put my backpack down and boom, there's another antler. You know, I've been here for a little while. For sure, the coloring's all gone, but they're in good shape, away from a lot of those rodents. But could it be a matched set? Should be my first matched set. Oh, that one's definitely got more brown. Yeah, I would definitely say that's a match set. It's interesting that this one is so much more faded on the backside than that one. I mean, that one looks pretty darn nice. Well, I just started to come up with a game plan on how to tackle this north side. And I'm going to go all the way to the end and then grid back, heading basically towards camp. And I was figuring out, well, how am I going to cross this? And I looked and I saw a little bit of white. And there's another antler. That one's obviously been there for quite a while. That one will just continue to stay there. There's an existing beaver pond here. There's a new one just back over here. And there's this little strip of habitat, and I was just looking at it and I thought, well, I think I'll just leave that and continue to focus down this way. I was actually standing right here when I had that discussion with myself. And then I look up here and there's an antler. A brown one too. That's pretty cool. So I think I'm just going to take a few minutes. It looks like it's open marshy over here. So this could kind of perhaps be like a little travel spot. But yes, my goodness, that's 5 antlers in 2 hours. Oh yes, that's a nice one. I just came across this little spruce grouse that was sitting right here, 5 feet away from me. Scared the crap out of me. They're sitting right here. just dropped the pack here, went hiking, made a huge loop, came back, took a break, had lunch. Then I just made an hour big swoop to the north here. Just found that antler. It's an older one. I'll pack it out, get it back to the campsite for. It's so awesome over here. The sign is amazing. But I've been walking for, I don't know, a half hour now, and I found the first shed of the day. Well, about an hour and a half into the hike today, and what I'm going to do, I was looking for a good spot to drop my pack, and then what I'll do is I'll go grid out that area, come back, grab some water, I'll go grid out that area, do the same thing, and I was about to drop the pack, and I found another fresh antler, number 3 of the trip, a little brownie. A little bit of chew on it already, but yeah. What's good about these ones is they pack out pretty light, so they don't take up much space, and another great one to bring home and put on display. Very cool. This is the first thing I've come across. I've been hiking for about a half hour now. Here's a spot I'm going to try to get back to, but you can see this was a bull that had already shed, so this could have been late winter, spring kill, wolf disease. Tough to say. Sad to see him that way. Doesn't look like it was really that big of one either. It's a beaver. Oh no, it's just Pete. Well, we're 2 hours into the hike now, and I think I have another hour to go before I get to the spot that I really want to search, which is going to be just back here. You can see a nice little pond that the beavers have made. Their dam is right there, so it'll be easy, nice and dry to cross right down here, and then I'll have a river to cross, and then we will be to the spot. And I'm thinking it's going to be a total of 3 hours to get back there. So what I'm going to do is search for about 3 hours in that area. What do you think, Pete? Well, I was just coming down this hill. As the river is just down here, I'm really hoping I can cross in that area. And I hit this rock, and I was about to step forward, and look what I found. Moose paddle from a few years ago. Oh, it's missing a lot there. I decided to kind of make a loop on the way back. It looked like decent habitat, and I was just coming along, and I already moved it, but found this little one from a few years ago. A little bit smaller than that other one I found, but we'll pack it out, and I guess I'll make good yard displays, hang them out, let the critters continue to chew on them. There were some ravens and then a couple bald eagles, and I started smelling something, and unfortunately I found a dead moose. Not good. You can see it was a bull. I would imagine if wolves took this one, it would be a little bit more scavenged on. That's sad to see. The problem here is there are a lot of deer. There's a ton of deer sign, and you know, the transmission of brainworm is always a concern where they overlap. And all right, good morning. Say good morning, Pete. Well, I've been very bad with the GoPro on this trip. This is the third trip of spring 2021. We've had much better weather on this one. We had a little bit of rain yesterday morning, but that was done by like 9 a.m. And I was really bad with video yesterday. I didn't take any. I had left, basically I found a spot 3/4 of a mile to the west, and I left my pack because this thing probably weighs 10-12 pounds. It's just enough to be kind of a nuisance carrying around. So I would make a loop, come back to the pack, get some water, have a snack, make another loop. And I actually found 6 antlers yesterday. 2 were fresh ones. They were smaller. And then the other 4, I think, were all from last year. And they were in a pretty small area, just basically a little brush island. And it was pretty crazy. I don't know if I'll ever have a day quite that good. But today, what I'll be doing is heading to the north. It looks like there's really good open areas like this right here. You can see, my goodness, there's all the browse. Everything is browsed on. There's moose sign everywhere. Hopefully we can find some fresh paddles today from some of the ones that, from last year that I found yesterday, because they would be some dandies. But anyway, I'll try to be better with the GoPro today, document this stuff because it's pretty cool. Well, not a bad start to the day. I got to this little hilltop here, was going to go look around the spruce, and I was going to go that way, and I'm like, no, I'll save that for the end of the day since it's a little bit closer to camp. I've been hiking for 40 minutes now, and I decided to cut into here, and I got to about right here, and I saw an antler. Decent sized one. And this has been about par for the course, where this one's probably, well, it's still got nice brown on the back. But I bet this one is probably 2 years old. You're starting to see some weather cracking in here. A little bit of chewing up here. But so now for the trip we have found, let's see, 10. Yeah, this is number 10. 2 fresh ones, the smallest ones, and then the rest are 1 or 2 years old. But that's pretty impressive how brown it is on the backside. Awesome. Hopefully we can connect with some freshies, because they are just nice paddles out here. That's a pretty cool one. It's got some character. What I'll do is I'll just drop a waypoint here. Well, I'm not sure what kind of bird dog I have. I just looked off to the right and there was a rough grouse sitting right on this log like 8 yards away. He knows something's here. The wind isn't quite right. The wind's coming right at us right now, and that grouse is probably just sitting right there drumming. Where'd he go? Where'd that sneaky little thing go? What? Pete's on his trail now. Oh, there goes. That's a good sign. Yep, that's where he's sitting. Right there. Alright, well, we just saw the grouse. And this area is just like a shed hunter's dream. There's sign everywhere. You can see really well. And I have basically 2 islands like this that I'm going to focus on today. But we found our second paddle of the day. Pete, good boy. That one's, we're a few years too late on that one. We'll let that one continue sitting right there until it disappears completely. But good sign. Good deal. 2 paddles and I think right about an hour of walking right now, and this just all looks so awesome. I have good feelings about today. So here's a small little lake that doesn't have a name on the map. No portages to it. The only way to get back to that would be bushwhacking, and it's cool being out here knowing that Very, very few people will ever see this, except on the map. I was gonna head over here. I can see the birch snapped from the moose browsing, but I'm not interested in all the elevational changes that's going on here. So I'm just gonna kind of continue to work this edge and then head back to the pack, and then probably grid it out a couple more times, and then head back south and see about the two other islands. But we're sitting pretty good. I've been walking now for 2 hours. Excellent moose sign. I mean, it's incredible how much browse is out here. Perfect habitat. People think that wildfires are, bad thing and all that, Smokey Bear stuff, but what people don't consider is the benefits 5, 10, 15, 20 years after that. It may not be good for pine marten habitat, but it has been really good for moose, and this area clearly supports a high population. When you go everywhere and all you see is browse. There's not a lot of conifer. We got some jack pine in front of me, but in general it's mostly brush. It seems like aspen is their third priority, birch is their second, and then wherever you see the red osier dogwood, my goodness, is it browsed. All of it. Oh, what do we got here? These areas can be good here. We, obviously there's plenty of browse around, and the conifer component provides shelter and some thermal cover. So I'll head down this little hill and kick around a little bit, and I think what I'll do... Okay, so you can see where it hasn't burned. Right up here. So I'm guessing I'm right on that southern extent of this island that I'm working on right now. So I'll head down and up, grid that out a bit, head all the way back up to my pack, which is way up there, and then do another swoop through this, and we'll be set. We'll have covered it pretty well. All right, well, I was just kind of walking along here, checking onyx, making sure I'm gridding out this area appropriately. The browse is insane. Oh, it's insane. And I had gotten to this point right here, and I had just looked to my right. I was like, oh, there's some tines. Sure enough, a moose paddle from last year. Oh, it's got nice brown on the backside yet. All faded out here. Very, very minimal chewing. But that'll be a nice little display antler. Yep. 1 year old. I'm just wondering where the heck are the fresh ones? But I'm excited. No, I am very happy with what we found now. This is awesome, and it's only 10. All right, well, it's time for lunch. What I did was boiled water last night and added that to some dehydrated steak burritos. What I do at home is grill some steak, chop it up, dehydrate it, dehydrate rice, corn, salsa, and black beans, and put that in a vacuum sealed package, and it makes for a great lunch out here. It's super easy. All you have to do is boil water, put it in the container. It got down to probably 30 degrees last night, so I just slept with that, and now I'm ready for a a late breakfast, early lunch, and get some fuel for continuing to hike around and hopefully find some more of these. It's great. All right, well, it's about 12:30 right now. I had just dropped the pack to go search, do a line down and back, and then I need to climb up this hill right here, and that's where my first antler is from the morning. I'm gonna drop the pack, and then they're looking at the aerial footage. It looks like it's really good up over here. But that last loop, I just found 2 antlers. This is actually one antler. It has kind of a split brow going on. It's kind of cool. And then I found this one from probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. So that puts me at 5 antlers now today, and I'll be bringing 4 out. And then the one obviously was pretty far gone. Pete's starting to get hot, so we're going to drop the pack, grid out that area, and then head back. What do you think, Pete? All right, well, it's 2:30 back at camp. We have quite a pile for 2 days of shed hunting. Well, the person I'm with is still out right now, so no idea what they're going to find today. But pretty incredible. Got a couple self-standers. I found that one on the left yesterday, and I will use that to mount a lake trout I caught a couple years ago too. Should be kind of cool. That one's a beast. Probably 1 or 2 years old. Kind of like all of them. The fresh ones are that one and this one. That's it for fresh ones. This one that I thought was 2 years old has got to be just a year old. It has some really good color, so that'll be a good display antler. And then this is the one I found earlier today. Nice coloring on the back. Obviously pretty bleached out, but make a good display. I think this is from the same moose. It has the same characteristic. And then we have the 3, and then the longer tine, and then a shorter one after it. So I'm thinking that's the same moose from a year apart. So it kind of shows how much they may grow in a year. And then probably my favorite one, this thing is wild. Split like 2 paddles on there. Well, I was bad about filming today, and I found this one and this one, pretty nice one. So we are at 17 total for 2 of us. 3 solid days of looking, about 7 hours each day. 1, 2, 3, 4 brown ones. This one was actually laying in the water at the edge of a lake, so it smells really bad, and it got some discoloring, but it's a brown one. A couple unique ones. We got a couple self-standers, and this giant one from probably 2 or 3 years ago. 14 points on it. And then I found this one yesterday, of course, the double paddle, and it stands if you balance it just right, so not bad at all. It's about 5:30 now, and pretty exhausted. It was a hot day hiking around, but this trip was well worth it. It'll be very, very tough to top this, I'm thinking. The dogs are pooped. Time to relax, start a fire. Beautiful day. The clouds finally showed up. It was sunny all day. Had some sunburns, but we're signing out.